Okay, let's say you're a comic book artist and you've got a few pages penciled. You want to go ahead and finish them, inked, lettered, and colored. But you're worried about how it's going to look. Today, on What's Tim Doing This Week, I'm going to show you how to put a mock-up together. I'll show you the value of mocking up your pages with just pencils and lettering. Hi, I'm Tim Larsen, co-writer, creator, and artist of my 6-part comic book series, Mayfield 8. Mayfield 8 is a bloody, sexy throwback comic set in the groovy 1970s. A 17-year-old fry cook named Calvin agrees to go on a road trip motorcycle run to celebrate his birthday. His friend Lenny will pay the way. All Calvin has to do is stand watch while Lenny conducts a backroom drug deal along the way. Trouble comes to hit Calvin like a ton of bricks in the form of the Banshees Motorcycle Club, who have a grudge against him for spray painting their leader in the face. Fans of Sons of Anarchy, Quentin Tarantino, or Robert Rodriguez's film output will really dig Mayfield 8. If you're over 18, you can read Part 1 for free as a digital download by subscribing to my newsletter. It's subscribe.timsnotebook.com. The link's in the commentary below. So why do you need to mock up your comic book page? Why is it important? I can think of 4 good reasons to start with. Number 1, you can see if the number of words in each word balloon will fit. If not, it's a simple matter of either relocating the text, splitting up big word balloons into smaller word balloons, or redrawing your artwork. Number 2, seeing the word balloons and art together gives you right away the sense of how your page works or doesn't work compositionally. Again, at this early stage, it's easier to make adjustments. Number 3, you can see if the words match the action. Maybe your character says something in one panel, followed by a close-up in the next. Your character says something more in the close-up. In the mock-up state, you can easily play around with how much or how little they say in that close-up panel. And then finally, number 4, it frees up the art process and the writing process into a back-and-forth flow, where small changes, tweaks are easily made. There's less tension, less of a do-or-die mentality. Let me show you in real time how having a mocked up page works. A penciled layer put in there, and what I simply do is once I have my pages just right, I just go right ahead and create a new page with just switching out some stuff here. So let me select the penciled layer. I'll select that and delete it. Okay, and then I'll replace it with and that you go in and hit place, and I have a spot on the desktop here. Let's see, I believe it's called Asset 1, and right now I have page 7. I'm going to create page 8. Let's go ahead and put that in. Okay, and then the layers, I have a layer for the word balloons, okay? And I got a layer for just the words. So what I'll do is I'll go into the word balloons here, okay? And I'll pick one out. Hopefully this will work okay. Sometimes they get corrupted. If I can move it, yeah, okay. So I can move that around, that's good. And then I don't need any of the other ones here. I'm going to clone those. All right, so now I got my word balloon, and then the dialogue. These are if you notice the marquee, the box that this is in is actually a hexagon. I don't know if you can see that, but that helps in shaping the words to fit inside the balloon, since the balloons tend to be oval shaped. So let me go ahead and maybe save one of these here, okay? And then I don't remember if I have sound effects on the next page. I'll do that. And then everything else is deleted. So I got my balloon layer, I got my word layer, and now I've got my artwork layer put in here, okay? and I need to lay in some new text. And this is where it's useful to be doing this at this stage in case you see a mistake or you need to edit your words. Let me go into the script document. Here we are. And I got page 8. It was page 7 before. Okay. In fact, let me go like this, and I'll just say save as to, I'm going to save it to the desktop and give it a new name. Okay. So now I saved it as page 8. And that way, I'm not accidentally changing an existing page. It's good to rename it early on and start fresh, even though you opened up an old page to create your new page. Okay? I opened up page 7. I'm going to create page 8, so I renamed page 7 page 8, and I did it as a save as, meaning I'm creating a new page. So let me go back to the Microsoft Word document, and I'm just going to go right ahead and highlight everything. Let's see. Actually, that was a little bit extra there, but let me just copy it. I might have highlighted it a little bit too much, but that's okay. And then create a new document with a basic Word. On a Mac, it's called Text Edit. So let's go ahead and paste that in. Okay. Not a whole lot of talking here. The way I have it set up is it's the outline. Let's see, I go page 8 to panel 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. That's perfect. And I'll go in here and take every line that is going to go in the comic book and take out the indentation. Sometimes that can be a problem. So what I'll do, okay, I'll copy my next line of text, and just to get it set up, I'll highlight the one after that I'll be doing next. So now I go into Illustrator, and I have to unlock it also. Let me go ahead and lock the artwork layer. Now I'm in the Word layer. Open this up a little bit. On a later tutorial, I'll show you how to make word balloons, but let's just assume that you have a system down where you know how to make the word balloons, know how to format the text. And this is something the guy here is saying. Okay? And then copy this, and then I'll highlight the next one. And this is in panel 2. Okay. So this is all the talking in panel 1. Let me just hold down the Option key while I get this highlighted. I'll create a next one here. This will be for panel 2, and then I'll go into the words. And of course it's fewer words, so I can kind of shrink this down a little bit. And I'll just go ahead and hit Option and create one there. Just create a bunch of these just for... Okay. Then go into the script. There we are. Highlight the next one. highlight the next word balloon that's going to change, copy here. Okay, and that pretty much is how you do it. And the nice thing about this kind of working with your word balloon is that you can change your penciled page accordingly. Let's go ahead and just finish this here. Oh, this right. This is a lot of words for the next balloon, but here, let me just go ahead and paste that in. Oof, let me go, says the kid down here, the victim. And then, oh, okay. Okay. When you get that little red box down there, that means that there's more words and you don't have enough. So, okay, that's a really good example there. I'm going to go back to it in a second here. But let me just lay in the rest of the words here. I've done this page before, so this is just taking old files and just remocking it up. So that's why it looks like I'm kind of breezing ahead here. Otherwise, I'd be, poking around a lot more. This little, it's shrinking as I blow up, but this little red box here is telling you that there's more words that you're not seeing. Okay, there we go. Sometimes, here's a little trick. Let me shrink it down. I guess there was no sound effects, so we'll get rid of that. Okay. But here's a little trick. Like, let's say if this is too confusing for you, what you can do is go into the artwork layer and add another layer. Choose a rectangle and just make sure it's opaque white. Cover the whole thing up. Then you go, ah, what happened? You just got rid of it. No. You can change the transparency of that. Let's knock her down a little. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and lock that in place. And this is just going to be temporary. And you can see how, now you can see the word balloons really, really clearly. And let's focus on the bottom here a little bit. Okay. Like this right here. And let's see. I believe when I did this before, I broke this up into 2 word balloons. But let's just play around with it first. And in fact, let me here we go. There's what I really did. Okay. So let's say I wanted to replicate that. So oh, I see what happened. I rewrote the text a little bit. What does it say here? You asked me about how I'm going to get another supplier for my drugs. and then ellipsis, dot, dot, dot. And then the say hello to him was another thing. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and create 2 of these. And on one of them, I'll remove what was in front of the word balloon. Okay. And then on this one, I'll remove the... And this one's supposed to happen before the other one. So we got these... Take this out of here. So we got these 2... Oh, okay, this was on top, and then this was an addition on the bottom. There. Oh, wait. Say hello. Okay. I see what happened. Okay, so we have that. Okay. And then if it's tricky, you can always lock, like I'll lock the word layer and then I'll just have the balloon layer. Now I can't go into the word layer temporarily, just so I can create another balloon here. There we go. And then there's a neat little trick. Well, actually, let me finish this off a little bit. So we got, okay. And as you can see, now I'm formatting the text to fit inside these panels that I've created. Let's pull it back here. Okay. And then, like, let's say I'm happy with this here. When the last phase is I go ahead and go into the word balloons and I select one of them and I'll zoom way in here. Again, I'm kind of going ahead of time here. I'll pick out the pen tool. You click the pen tool on, you point it at the direction of the person who's talking, you create an arc, and then you get this little V shape which trims that, and then you finish your line somewhere up in the word balloon, holding down the mouse key and pulling it till you get this kind of knife looking thing, the tail of the word balloon. And then you hit V, and that finishes the pen tool. It cuts the pen tool out of it, so now you're free of the pen tool. And then you want to choose, on staying on this layer alone, you want to choose both the tail and the word balloon. You highlight them both, and with a Mac it's the shape mode, and this is the, oh boy, I don't know what they call it. I guess combine. It's the one on the left here. Anyway, so we go hold down the option key and click that, and you see how that kind of melded together. Let me go down here. I'll jump ahead and I'll show you how you select all of that. Okay, well here, let me put the tail, word balloon tail in first. Okay, hit V to isolate it. Now you can also hit the shift key and select the other parts. These are all going to be the same material, so then I'll hold down the option key and hit that shape mode thing, boom, and there you have it. And here's the finished version of that. You notice I changed the font a little bit when he says let me go. It's a little different than what I had here. But basically, this is a really neat mode to work in, and you're going to get everything as far as the word balloons, and the text is going to be like 95% correct. Let's say, for example, this really bugs you, like the word balloon and the guy's hair are touching. You have a couple options. You can either customize this to stretch it out maybe on 2 lines, and then the word balloon can be a long, narrower one. You can redraw the character when it gets time to ink it or something, maybe trim something on its head, maybe actually even take the head and move it down. There's a lot of things you can do that you're more flexible here in the mock-up state. And I hope that is useful. Let's go ahead. Let's say, just for the sake of argument, that this is about ready to go. But I put in all the tails and everything, and the word balloons and the fonts are exactly what I want. Now I can take out that screen. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. Now you can see the page, more clearer, like the black and white version. What I do is actually I save these for later, for perhaps like a different version of the comic book, like a creator's copy, creator's cut. I did that for a number of pages, and it's kind of cool looking because you do lose a little bit once you get the penciled layer substituted for the colored and inked layer. You lose some of that kind of scratchiness and tentativeness and early version with the pencil. So it's kind of neat to save that maybe for later to use, make a special edition comic book with it, where it's intentionally all going to be penciled pages, a little bit rough around the edges, but it shows your fans, your readers, kind of how the thing comes together. Anyway, that's it. That's why I think mocking up is a really good thing to get into the practice of. This is people who are using a hybrid of paper and ink with Photoshop and Illustrator. This would be a non-issue for people who are working exclusively digitally, since everything in a digital world, from the drawing and the line and everything, is potentially a mock-up until it's done and you hit send to your printer or to your writer or editor, whoever they might be. This is something that's useful for me, though, as an intermediary to shape the comic book together and really get something that I can look at and assess if it's going in the right direction. There you have it. I hope that was useful. The idea of bringing art and text early on allows you to make changes that would be a lot harder down the road and make for a better comic. Thank you very much for watching this. I'm Tim Larsen. Remember to subscribe to this channel to get the latest videos as they come along. Keep making comics. You only get better as you go along. Goodbye for now.